I like the fact that Sachin has always been someone who's proved his worth through his work. You know, the term that my bat will do the talking actually is the most true for Sachin Tendulkar.
I think all of us who are such big fans of Sachin will really love this film. Very moving, all the memories from childhood came back, all the inspirational moments that inspired me to become a cricketer, Baji to become a cricketer, everything came back. And
very nice, and you can also see how India changed, from where he made his debut to when he retired.
I think it was fantastic, very moving. It's about Sachin Tendulkar, Sachin, and it reminded us of our World Cup victory, which was very special and beautiful. And it always remains in our heart.
I don't have to say anything different. I think it was very special, very moving. All the memories from childhood came back, all the inspirational moments that inspired me to become a cricketer, Baji to become a cricketer, everything came back, and we understood his mindset. So I think it was beautifully compiled, and something which is going to be a massive success, especially in our country. I think people are going to really love it. Brings out all the emotions, and it's going to be a super success. So I wish him all the best. Thank you. भाई मैं 28 का हूँ.
Answering.
Just experience about the film.
So I'll start with that and I'll finish whatever I have to say, like a post-match presentation. So I think it's just fantastic. It's slightly different to what all of us are quite used to watching, and it's the man speaking. So it's his side of the story, what he felt at different instances throughout his career, and also Sachin had a very long career. So throughout what he went through, what were the challenges, and it's interesting to get the comments from people that were close to him, people who watched him over a period, and the family members and the close friends. And I think also what was very nice was, Anjali Bhabi speaking, about what he thought about all the different things, and what to die for is the family videos, because that's something that I miss. I don't have a lot of family videos, but there are quite a few family videos in there where Paji is playing with the kids, moments with Anjali Bhabi, parents, and all of that. So very inspiring, very nice, and you can also see how India changed, from where he made his debut to when he retired. And there was a period when the team was accompanied with one camera, so you see a lot of shots of that. And finally, when he retired, there were like 150 cameras. So there are a lot of things, very inspiring things that's there for the youngsters to see. It's not only about having the talents; it's the hard work that goes through. And I think it's all about what all he had to put in, what all he had to sacrifice, and the people that supported him. And it's all about the phenomena that we call Sachin, and very inspiring, as I said. So it's a pleasure watching. Don't miss it.
thanks for asking the question. I would have found it really difficult to start. I wouldn't call it a movie in the first place. It was a great experience, to be very truthful. Over a 2.5 hour period, I think Sachin movie was actually significant because it completely showed me my memory lane of Indian cricket. It not only was a movie of a cricketer, a champion cricketer, it was a movie which explained how India has been over the last 25 years. Because in a country where we were actually coming out of independence and actually trying and making a lot of good news, Sachin was actually the only good news for most of us. And from there on to actually experience that, watch him grow as a cricketer, watch India being thrown off, to actually get here has been a great experience. And I really loved it. And it's not a movie, it's an experience. I really liked it. Thank you so much.
I cannot explain how excited I am today. Sachin Tendulkar. I'm a great fan of Sachin. I know him personally. I've had the pleasure of being friends with him, know him, and I'm very, very excited today that his film, Sachin, A Billion Dreams, is releasing. The producer of the film, Shrikant Basi, chairman of Carnival Cinema, is a dear friend. So this is truly, truly exciting. That's such a fantastic film. I can tell you how excited I am that I'm here early. I don't want to miss the picture at all. Thank you, bye.
एक्टर होके इसने पिक्चर बनाई है और मेरा आशीर्वाद है कि वो पिक्चर चलेगी और इसके जितनी ही चले, इसने जितनी सेंचुरी लगाई है उतना ही पिक्चर चलेगी।
थैंक यू।
क्या बोलूं? या इट्स उनकी फिल्म का ऐसा प्रीमियर हो सकता था वेर आई थिंक एवरीबडी इन द कंट्री वांट्स टू सी द मूवी। मैं कल वापस आऊँगी मेरे बच्चों को लेकर ये फिल्म देखने उनकी क्लास के साथ। तो आज बर्थडे इसलिए मैं भागूंगी वापस जरा। हाँ तो मैं देखो दोनों को कैसे जगल करता है। Have you met my husband? That's why you don't know. He will never have a party. पापराजी सब यहाँ है ना, इसलिए आज हमने पार्टी रखी है घर पे।
मतलब वो तो ऑलरेडी हमारे हीरो हैं, ये असली हीरो हैं, इस बात की खुशी है एंड आई एम वेरी हैप्पी टू पार्टिसिपेट इन दिस ड्रीम. ही इज ऑलरेडी मेड 1.25 billion people's dream come true. Now we're looking forward to this film.
मैं बहुत एक्साइटेड हूँ सचिन की जर्नी को देखने के लिए, उसको विजुअल को देखने के लिए हम सभी बहुत एक्साइटेड होंगे क्योंकि ही इज़ द प्राइड ऑफ अ कंट्री और उनके साथ में मैंने अभी हाल ही में कुछ काम भी किया है तो एक और स्पेशल रिश्ता हुआ है हमारा, इसलिए मैं अपनी फैमिली के साथ हूँ।
आप हमेशा पूछते हैं सवाल, आप अपॉइंटेड स्पोक्स पर्सन है किसके लिए? हाँ करेक्ट, बिल्कुल बिल्कुल। कल ट्रेलर दिखाएंगे, फिर अभी क्या बोले आप? तैयार हैं बिल्कुल, सेंसर सर्टिफिकेट हाथ में है, कल दिखाएंगे दोपहर में आपको। सब सलमान, सोहेल, मैं, प्रीतम सब होंगे। ये पता नहीं मुझे, आई डोंट थिंक अभी पहुंचे हैं वो वापस अबू धाबी से, वो शूट कर रहे थे टाइगर के लिए। आई डोंट थिंक आ जाए। इस फिल्म के लिए क्या बोले बस, सचिन एक आइकॉन है, स्पेशली मेरे जनरेशन के लिए। हम तो बड़े हुए हैं उनको देखते हुए, खेलते हुए। और आई थिंक स्पोर्टिंग जो एक स्टोरीज होती हैं उससे ज़्यादा इंस्पिरेशनल स्टोरी कोई स्टोरी नहीं होती है। तो एक बहुत मज़ा आता है देखने के लिए, स्पेशली एक सचिन जैसे आइकॉन की कहानी देखने के लिए तो बहुत मज़ा आया। जी ज़रूर ज़रूर ज़रूर, थैंक यू।
Hi. You're asking? How are you? Well, first let me tell you about my Sachin moment. I'm one of the fortunate few who had the opportunity to play with him when he was 9 years old and I was 18, and see him play inside the Savas, which is just terrific. And many years later, when he saw Lagan, he stepped out and he said to me, "Aflatun bano less." So for me, that's a very big Sachin moment. And today, to see him with this movie, I think he's stepping out again into the theatrical stadium.
या लिसन उनकी पहली जो शूट थी फॉर बाटा पावर कम से कम आई थिंक ऑलमोस्ट 26 years ago वो मैंने की थी. सो आई नो वेरी क्लोज पर्सनल फ्रेंड. ये मैंने पिक्चर देखी है पहले. आई कांट टेल यू हाउ मच फन इट इज. इट्स लाइक गोइंग डाउन मेमोरी लेन एंड लिविंग एवरी मोमेंट ऑफ हिज अमेजिंग करियर. I had a statement to make. There's nothing more to explain. That was that. No, I think we had a very clear-cut contract, which we have honored completely. They have a point of view कि शायद स्टूडियो के प्रॉफिट्स में से उनको मिलना चाहिए कुछ. That is not the contract. And whatever is the contract has been honored by us, and that is for sure. So now, if there's a dispute, there are always courts to decide these things. So we've done everything that we were supposed to do, and in my 25-year plus career, nobody has ever said that in any way there has been any kind of financial problem whatsoever. So that is a record I'm very, very, very proud of.
honored and very privileged to do the music for this movie with Sachin and James.
पहले तो बहुत खुशी है कि यार उनके ऊपर या उनके सारे काम को डॉक्यूमेंट करती हुई ये फिल्म बनाई है इन लोगों ने. सो जेम्स को, रवि को, सचिन को, हिमसेल्फ वो सबके इंस्पिरेशन. और आई थिंक देश भर में, देश के बाहर जो हमारे लोग हैं सभी सचिन के नाम से इंस्पायर होते हैं, खुश होते हैं. हमारे देश की सारी होप्स उन पे इतने सालों तक टिकी रही और अभी भी वो हमको रास्ता दिखाते हैं. सो आई एम रियली हैप्पी that somebody decided to make a film on his career and personal life. I like the fact that Sachin has always been someone who's proved his worth through his work. You know, the term that my bat will do the talking actually is the most true for Sachin Tendulkar. And I've seen him in his ups, I've seen him in his downs. I've heard people talk about his form, and genuinely he's always kept quiet, always let his game do the talking. So I like the quiet resolution and the resolve Sachin's always had, and that's very inspiring. Anything else? Thank you.
Thank you. चाहेंगे, क्या कह सकते हैं, कोई कुछ नहीं कह सकता. There are no words to say for this man, this icon, this legend. Really one of the greatest public figures in our young country's history. One of the greatest sportsmen of all time across sports. An inspiration to me, to I'm sure millions and millions of young Indians and young people across the world. I'm extremely happy that my brother Ravi Bhagchandka, it's his first time as a producer, and it's amazing for me to see this journey completed for him today. He's been wanting this and dreaming about this day for so long, and I've been with him through that entire process, through all these years that he's been dreaming about this day, and it's finally coming true. So it's really it's a very special day for me. Thank you so much.
दरअसल मुझे बड़ी खुशी है कि दंगल इतनी पसंद की जा रही है चाइना में और दुनिया भर में लोगों ने इतनी पसंद की है। और मुझे लगता नहीं कि किसी दो फिल्मों को कंपेयर करना चाहिए। बाहुबली बहुत ही कामयाब फिल्म है, मैंने अभी तक देखी नहीं है, लेकिन जिससे मैं मिला हूँ सिर्फ तारीफ़ ही सुनी है मैंने बाहुबली की। तो मेरी तरफ से शुभकामनाएं
मेरी तरफ से मुबारकबाद राजा मौली जी को, उनकी पूरी टीम को। और मुझे लगता है कि ये कंपैरिजन हमको नहीं करना चाहिए। बाहुबली या दंगल दोनों अच्छी फिल्में अपनी अपनी जगह हैं, और दोनों फिल्में हिंदुस्तान की फिल्में हैं जो दुनिया भर में झंडा गाड़ रही हैं। तो आई एम वेरी प्राउड ऑफ बाहुबली एज वेल, एंड एज एन इंडियन फैन आई वुड really appreciate the fact that the film is doing so well all over the country, all over the world.
सचिन का नाम आता है तो क्या जहन में आता है?
सचिन का मैं हमेशा से बहुत बड़ा फ़ैन रहा हूँ, और मैंने ये फ़िल्म देखी है, सचिन की फ़िल्म बहुत ही खूबसूरत फ़िल्म है। किसी भी सचिन फ़ैन के लिए ये एक बहुत ही जज्बाती फ़िल्म है, क्योंकि हम सचिन की जो पूरी जर्नी रही है उसको हम एक बार फिर एक्सपीरियंस कर सकते हैं बड़े पर्दे पर, और उनके ज़िंदगी में, उनके करियर में जो इम्पॉर्टेंट मोमेंट्स आए हैं वो सब हम एक्सपीरियंस कर सकते हैं। तो जब मैंने फ़िल्म देखी तो मुझे बहुत ही पसंद आई। आई थिंक ऑल ऑफ अस हु आर सच बिग फैंस ऑफ सचिन विल रियली लव दिस फिल्म, और ख़ास तौर से जो उनकी लास्ट स्पीच जो हमेशा रुलाती है हम सबको। तो आई रियली लव द फिल्म, एंड आई रियली विश सचिन एंड द इंटायर टीम ऑल द वेरी बेस्ट। मुझे यकीन है कि ये फिल्म बहुत ही कामयाब होगी और लोगों को बहुत पसंद आएगी। गुड इवनिंग। Sachin's qualities which I admire, there are many qualities of Sachin which I admire. एक तो जो उनका पैशन है गेम की तरफ, जो उनका प्यार और मोहब्बत है क्रिकेट की तरफ, उसके अलावा जो उनका डेडिकेशन है, जो उनका हार्ड वर्क है, जिस किस्म के इंसान हैं वो, जितना उनमें ग्रेस और डिग्निटी है, जिस किस्म से उन्होंने अपनी ज़िंदगी जी है, पूरा करियर जिया है, तो ही इज़ रियली एन आइकॉन फॉर ऑल ऑफ अस।
थैंक यू, थैंक यू।
I'm sorry मैं इवेंट ख़त्म करके आई हूँ, but I want to run upstairs and at least catch something. Just that it's such a privilege to be born at a time when one has seen somebody like him. He is really great, and once in a millennium, somebody comes and inspires billions of people, and he's one of those people. And I like Ravi to have made a film like this. It's like a huge thing, and I'm really excited to be here, and I want to go meet Sachin sir. So I think I'm going to run now. मैं भाग रही हूँ।
मुझे बहुत खुशी हुई, मैं बहुत अपने आप को भाग्यशाली समझता हूँ कि मैंने सचिन तेंदुलकर की ज़िंदगी और उसकी लाइफ के उन पहलूज़ को देखा, उन इमोशंस को देखा जो हम मैगज़ीन्स में, न्यूज़पेपर्स में, आर्टिकल्स में जो पढ़ते हैं वो कभी भी नहीं जान सकते थे। देयर आर सच इंटीमेट मोमेंट्स, सच his bonding with the family, him going through certain rejections, problems, failures, ये सारी चीज़ें इस फिल्म में देखने को मिली। अभी अभी मैंने सचिन तेंदुलकर को बताया कि किस तरह से इस फिल्म ने सचिन की ज़िंदगी की बहुत सारी चीज़ें, बहुत सारे इमोशंस, बहुत सारी उसके स्ट्रॉन्ग पॉइंट्स, वीक पॉइंट्स, उसकी हैप्पीनेस, उसका दुख, एंड सचिन द लेजेंड बीइंग अ नॉर्मल ह्यूमन बीइंग इन सर्टन थिंग्स, ये सारी चीज़ें देखने का मौका मिला।
traffic to join us for the unveiling of this new launch. I'll keep this very short because I know you're all waiting for the real meat of the program. But let me just quickly recap what Shiv said. So this launch is a critical part of what we call our performance with purpose agenda on PepsiCo, which is all about increasing, not only taking out perceived baddies in our core fun for you, much loved products and brands, but also about adding positive nutrition to the lives of Indian consumers. And already, as Shiv mentioned, so far in 2017, this is the third of a series of launches that we've done. We started off with launching Tropicana Essentials, fruit and veg juices, which add a serve of fruit and veg juice to the diet of the Indian consumer. We followed it up with Quaker Nutri Foods, which is all about taking India's well-loved breakfasts and adding 40 to 60% oats to it. And now I would say, the third and not at all the least in a series is Quaker Oats Plus Milk that we're launching to you today, which actually is all about bringing the goodness of dairy, but actually enriching it even further with what we call fiber advantage. And a little bit more about that. So again, just to very quickly recap what Shiv said, two absolute power brands in the nutrition space, which probably you don't know as well as brands like iconic brands like Pepsi and Lay's in our core portfolio. But both of these brands, Tropicana and Quaker, are very, very seasoned, established brands. Just to give you a sense, Quaker is a 140-year-old brand. Both run into billions of dollars globally. And we're really ambitious about growing these out in the nutrition space in India. Currently, I think you're all aware of our range of products, and I don't want to spend too much time there. Very briefly touching upon some of the consumer insights that have led to the development of this launch. So we know that consumers are leading, all of you including, are leading very rushed lifestyles. Everyone's looking at more and more do-it-yourself or DIY options. The mornings are very, very important. All of us want to start a day right, and the healthy morning is very, very important because as the day progresses, you kind of lose control over your diet. We're all aware that India is the nutrition deficiency capital of the world, unfortunately. We're deficient both in macronutrients as well as micronutrients. And Indian consumers are increasingly becoming health conscious and are expecting brands to meet their needs in terms of targeted nutrition. So what are we talking about today? When you think of milk, of health in India, this is kind of a word cloud that we pick out from social media. So, you hear natural, nutritious, minerals, vitamins, wholesome, love, all these words come out. But I think the big word that stands out is milk. And I think Shiv used some very powerful phrases. For Indians, and all of us have grown up, believing this, milk is a holy grail of nutrition in India. So you can't be a serious nutrition player in India without having a play in milk, in dairy. At the same time, as I mentioned, there's an evolving consumer landscape. So, we've tapped into two insights. One is, of course, what I touched upon earlier, which is consumers are looking for nutrition, convenience, and taste. But we're also finding this, even within that, this segment of young, what we would call, first jobbers or late college goers, who are also very, very ambitious. It's almost like if you take the metaphor of sports, these are people who want to go out and win every day in their careers. They want to win.
Yes, Deepika, all yours.
No, great. It's just, Sachin, firstly, it's such a pleasure to have partnered you in this whole journey to come up with, I think, two really fantastic products. But could I request you to say a few words on this occasion to these folks who've been waiting to hear from you?
First of all, thank you very much for being here. In fact, one of the press conferences, I was asked a question. Who said Sachin first? Because we were talking about my retirement and all those things. And I said, Sachin will reverberate in my ears till my last breath. And everyone was surprised with my answer. I said, it was my mother who said Sachin first. The question was, when did that happen? I don't remember when that happened first, but it happened on number of occasions when I was 4 or 5-year-old and would play the whole day in front of my building with my friends. My priority was to play and not to have lunch or have milk at 4 o'clock. The lady who used to look after me, my mother would get hold of her and say, usko jaake dhoond ke leke aao, but I would never come home. So she had to carry a glass of milk and chase me all over in our, the apartments where nobody knew where I was. But cricket being my first love, when I loved other sports, but cricket was always right at the top. I started playing cricket at Shivaji Park, but without knowing the importance of nutrition. Scored a lot of runs at school levels, and was not particularly following a good diet. I was playing one game inside a stadium, which was the first big game. Till then, I had played a lot of cricket, but that was on Shivaji Park, Azad Maidan, Cross Maidan, Matunga Maidan, and all those gymkhanas I would play, where there would be a lot of breeze and all those kind of things, and whatever diet was there, somehow it worked, or even if it didn't work, I didn't understand to what extent it didn't work. The moment I got inside the stadium, the conditions changed. They were more challenging. At lunchtime, I was batting. I again followed the same routine, ignored my nutritional bit, the input, the fuel as we call it, was I did not give enough importance, maybe because of lack of knowledge at that stage. I was only 13, 14 that time. And I got out immediately after lunch, and I got out after lunch thinking of food, because I did not have enough energy to carry on playing a long innings there, which was the biggest lesson of my life. Because that one moment, when I got back to the dressing room, the first thing I asked was, I need something to eat. I had clearly been ignorant, one can say, or maybe too young to understand what was important. I decided from that day that this should not be the reason for me to get out. Invariably, when you don't focus on nutrition, before losing a game, the first thing you lose is concentration. And at any cost, I'm not going to let that happen again in my career. I started focusing on my nutritional intakes. Along with my mental preparation, it was also physical preparation which was important. I know in our Indian culture, दूध पीना कितना important है. हम सब छोटे हैं तब हम दूध पीते हैं, but जैसे बढ़ते जाते हैं तो you kind of tend to ignore all these things. Maybe because there is not enough time and you've got other pressures in life and all that. But only when you are met with bigger challenges, then certainly you go back to basics. अगर तबीयत खराब होती है, throat थोड़ा खराब होता है तो हम always दूध में हल्दी डाल के दूध पीते हैं. All I can say is milk has always been good for us. It has helped me in my preparation. Milk with something really special added, oats. And with the research and the knowledge of PepsiCo, I know that it's going to be a fantastic drink for everyone to consume. And I feel if a working man, a professional, has to maintain certain standards of his performance, and then how one would be able to do that consistently over a period of time. I mean, the graph cannot be up and down. It's like having those sweets, those chewies and all that, sudden energy, and then there is a quick drop. You need to balance that out. You need to have a slow release of energy which allows you to maintain your concentration level at all times. And that is what my simple message is. It is not always about how you finish, but if you want to finish well, it's equally important to start well. It's not a bad idea to start your day with this. I want to thank Pepsi and also my team for all their inputs And the challenges that I met with for 24 years in my career on the field, I was able to share with all of them, and they've been able to create something which hopefully all the guys will appreciate, and the results will follow.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sachin. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Sachin. Can we request you to sign this as formally and kick off the... Yes, yes.
Drink in this?
May we request you to sign this?
Quaker oats and milk with Sachin and do a rapid fire round with you. So are you ready?
Yeah.
Surprise one.
Okay, great. No prizes, and the prize you'll get product. So the first question, ladies and gentlemen, is Sachin, who was the toughest bowler you've ever faced? Other than Anjali, of course, who bowled you over clearly.
The toughest bowler. See, if I have to start counting the number of world-class bowlers that I played from 1989, there'll be nothing less than 25 at least. And I'm talking about real world-class bowlers. Really nice. But someone I didn't particularly enjoy batting against was Hansi Kronia. I don't know, for some reason I got out, and then over a period of time I figured out that, I'm better off being at the non-strikers, and so we would, in partnership, you talk a lot in the middle of the pitch, and I would say that, okay, दूसरे end से अगर Donald डाल रहा है या Pollock या जो भी डाल रहा है, I will manage that guy, but Hansi को थोड़ा ज़्यादा strike लेना.
Interesting. Okay, great. Okay, the second question is, which is the toughest series?
Of years, in whichever part of the world they went, they dominated, and they had their own style of playing, very aggressive, and it was. I still remember in Melbourne and Adelaide and Sydney, the brand of cricket they played impressed the whole world, and everyone wanted to kind of play that brand of cricket. Though we all respect our styles of playing, but everyone felt that the brand of cricket they played was special, and they were able to do that because it was a world-class team.
So it's one of the largest oats growing regions in the world. So maybe Australians khate kya hain? Okay, third question, controversial. Okay, one day or test?
I'm very clear in my mind. It's test cricket.
Okay.
I think most of the guys would say that, for a simple reason that in test cricket, a bowler is always trying to get you out. In one-day cricket, if you bowled a couple of good overs and you nick a ball to third man, you go to the non-strikers, but in test cricket, you nick a ball and you go back to the dressing room. So that is the difference. There are different challenges. In one-day cricket, you have to keep up with the pace of the game. But in Test cricket, you actually control the pace of the game. So it's also about long-term. You know, it's about having that vision, planning, and then you also get time to execute your plan. If you've had a bad session, you can still make a comeback because there are 5 days, lot many more sessions than one-day cricket. One-day cricket moves too quickly, though not as fast as T20. But if I have to compare Test cricket and one-day cricket, without any doubt, a greater satisfaction is when you do well in Test cricket and you do something special for the team.
And I think you also brought some of those insights to us when when we were talking about first jobbers and young people, to say a career is almost like a test match, right? I mean, you need to invest every day in terms of training to win in the long term. So it's almost like it's not a shot.
100%, because Test cricket, one-day cricket, you've had a hard day, and then you get 2-3 days of gap in between to recover. But Test cricket, if you've had a hard day, then it's not, you can't be making excuses that, yesterday was a tough day, that's why today was a bad one. That cannot be acceptable. And to prepare yourself physically and mentally, there are a lot of things that one needs to do post-match and pre-match. And the pre-match could be day 2 in the evening, preparing for day 3, or day 4, and day 5 sometimes becomes the most important day of a test match. So you need to prepare yourself, and it's not just mental, it's physical as well.
Absolutely, thank you. Last question, I promise you. So the cover drive, the straight drive, or the pull shot? Your favorite?
There is no toss-up there. I enjoyed playing straight drive. Straight drive has always been something which my coach kept telling me, and it started from where I grew up in Sahitya Savas in Bandra. In our colony, there were 2 buildings, and then in the middle was our pitch, and that was the scoring zone. So if from the middle, if you were able to hit the ball to the main gate, one got a boundary, or if you were able to go directly there, then it was a 6. But the threat was, if you did not get your shot right and you hit the ball over the first floor, you were out. So you had to be straight. And that's how my coach also brought me up. He said that, the straighter you play, the safer it is.
Great.
And always remember, there is no fielder there.
Great.
If you get it right, it's a boundary.
True for philosophy of life as well. The straighter you play, the more you're likely to win. Thank you so much. We can spend hours listening to you, but thank you so much for your insights today, as well as really looking forward to this partnership delivering some wonderful products for the Indian consumer.
Thank you so very
much. Thanks, Sachin. Thank you very much. Thank you.
they want Sachin to achieve it. Yeah, exactly. So that's why it was absolutely fun to watch him play across the world. I mean, whatever we'd not achieved, every time Sachin came in, a billion dreams happened. Cricket cannot be without Sachin Tendulkar. Even when there's a Kenya versus Bangladesh game, they still say Sachin, Sachin. I've always thought that there are two entities who get unconditional love in this country. One is your parents, and the second is Sachin Tendulkar. And if ever there was a choice between father in ICU and Tendulkar on 99, it would be a tough choice. Sachin Tendulkar actually was a calendar for India. If you look at it, many people make conversations about I got married at the day when he scored a, 100 at Sharjah. My son was born when the Centurion 98 game happened. So for me, I think India was BC, AD, and SRT. And that's what the association and what this film is all about, is going to give you an idea, that journey that we all lived for 24 long years. So Sachin Tendulkar on big screen of our hearts were always there. This time, he's for real. So we'll start by showing you the trailer. Put your hands together now, Siti Bajao. Come on. Sachin! Tons. Before we call him on stage, I'd like to call some of the people who have been involved in this wonderful project. Firstly, the producer of the film, somebody who probably Sachin feels that he talks to Joel Garner all the time when he's along with him. So put your hands together for Ravi Bhakchandkar. Welcome. Apart from Anjali Tendulkar and captains that, in a sense, Captain Sachin Tendulkar. Put your hands together for the co-producer of the film, the founder and chairman of the Carnival Group, Mr. Shrikant Bhasi. Round of applause for Mr. Anil Thadani, please. Welcome, gentlemen, and thank you for doing this wonderful project. I'll start with Ravi. Under pressure?
A little bit.
My first question to you, how did this all come about?
I don't know actually, I don't know how to describe it. I used to play cricket, I used to struggle, so we used to watch a lot of sports films to inspire ourselves, a lot of other kind of films with various personalities to inspire ourselves. So, when I thought of this idea, I'm like, we need something, which the Indians have followed for so many years, and you need someone who's inspired us for so many years. His story has to be told from a sports perspective, from a human side perspective. So that's how I thought that, that this story has to be told.
What does Sachin mean to you? So many interactions. What is that one thing that you got out of this entire experience?
I think I'll have to go back to school, learn some new words, and come back and then probably answer this question, but it can't be described in words here. It's, as you said, I started watching, I think, in 92, and he retired in 2013, so about 20, 21 years. First it was him, and then whatever was happening in your life, whether it's exam, whether it's family, whether it's his batting was the first thing, to what we looked forward to. Rest, everything was secondary. So that's what it was. And sharing the stage, or getting to do this with him, it's like God's been kind and our God's also been kind. So literally.
Thank you very much. Yeah, talking about God, you get to direct God. I mean, how does that happen?
Well, I mean, Sachin's an incredible, gracious man, and actually he's a man who wants to collaborate. And when Ravi first came to me with this story and saying, I'm interested in you making this film with us, I thought it was a great opportunity. I'd actually wanted to make a film about Sachin before, but had no idea how to get to him. And Ravi provided that access. And it's been a great, over a long period of time, collaborating to try and tell, what is the biggest story in India, really. The story of India through one man and a life, and someone who's been, conducted himself incredibly well in public life, a very private person, and to work with him and to find ways of getting to the emotions of his story has been a joy, and he's been entirely collaborative. It's been brilliant.
But how is it different from any of your past projects? Was it difficult? Was it different?
Well, for a start, it was in India. So that was the challenge. I mean, obviously, it's a huge challenge. The film is being released in English, Marathi, Telugu, Tamil, and Hindi. You know, and I only speak one of those languages. So there's a few challenges to start with in terms of getting your head around a whole culture, really, and understanding what Sachin. I mean, I understand what Sachin means in England, and I can imagine what it's like. But I don't think there's a greater icon from the sporting world that's ever existed other than Sachin Tendulkar. There's nobody that captures the essence of his country's story over the last 30 or 40 years, the change in the media, everything. So it's just a huge journey to come on, and I think the scale of the story ultimately is the challenge. And he had such a long career, you know. Yeah. Normally you'll be making a film about one event, one World Cup, one game. You can make a whole film about one game of cricket, and here we are with, nearly 1,000 games to think about.
Absolutely. I had a chat with Sir Viv Richards the other day. He said, Sachin Tendulkar is a Shaolin monk. Every day is a new story, which he's an inspiration to all people in the West Indies he was talking about. Thank you very much, James. Shrikant, your experience and your association with the project.
So for me, this project is like it's a privilege. Okay, it's not like for me, it's not a business. It's not a movie, and I'm very privileged that I'm associated with this project. I mean, that's it. I mean, this is unlike any other movie for me. It's a special project for us.
Thank you very much, Anil. You have 2 big releases: the real Bahubali, the real Bahubali. Must be interesting to associate with this one.
Yeah, it's different. I've done a lot of films, big films with real big heroes. To be associated with this film, which has the real hero, the only hero, the biggest hero, it's been an honor, and I thank Ravi for giving me this opportunity, and Sachin, of course. So I just hope that it's well received and it does what the film dreams out to be.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, gentlemen. And now we'll...
Well, I'm feeling exactly the way I did my first press conference in 1990 when I scored my first international 100. Until then, this concept of press conference, I had no idea about. So I actually ended up asking a lot of guys in the dressing room कि क्या करना है वहाँ जाके, क्या पूछेंगे, and there were guys who also scared me कि बहुत सारे सवाल करेंगे. वही experience यहाँ पे महसूस कर रहा हूँ. This is special. First of all, thank you so very much for this kind of response, and over the last 24 years that I played for India, the kind of love that you showered upon me and the way you supported me. And that's what we've kind of covered. So this movie is, again, it's not just about my cricket, but also there are many other factors, other chapters in my life, and that is something which we want to show everyone.
I know, gentlemen, we are used to standing ovations when Sachin comes, but we can all... Sachin, the question I wanted to ask you was, this is your debut on the big screen. I mean, obviously, this is a little different from Waqar Younis and Wasim Akram in Pakistan, 1989. This is different. What do you think about that part of being on big screen for the first time?
Well, I never thought, first of all, that something like this is going to happen in my life. All I wanted to do as a child was to pick up a cricket bat, play cricket for India, and chase my dream. My dream started when I was only 10. wanted to win the World Cup for India, hold that trophy. And I started playing cricket, and along the way, many things happened in my life, but they were all real. There were no retakes, and everything happened in front of the whole world. So we could not actually say if something went wrong, okay, let's plan and do it again. That was in the next match, but that match was done. If you were out, it was over. So everything happened there and then. One had to be prepared for all the adversities. One had to be prepared to face all those challenges. There were some incredible moments. And that is something, we've been able to capture. Well, I never thought something like this is going to happen in my life. I'm really, really excited because it's a new experience for me to work with James, who's had so much experience and has shown a different side of me, I feel, which not many guys have seen. People have seen me play cricket and few other interactions, but there are a lot more things in my movie. Ravi has been a good friend and a huge, huge supporter. That's an understatement. So thank you so very much, Ravi. Obviously, Shrikant and Anil both have supported, and then the way you responded to Ravi has been keeping me updated about everything. So a big thank you to you. It's just an overwhelming feeling that, I'm able to do this and hope people like.
But when a movie happens and so many new research angles come in and they come and talk to you, do you find out things about yourself you didn't know?
Yeah, I get to know a lot of things, I don't want to reveal everything here. Please understand that. But there are a lot of things, and then they have been captured on camera because I've met a couple of people you will see in the movie that I didn't know. I didn't know all those things, and I wondered, how do they do all this?
All of us have a Sachin moment. I was talking about the fact that you are like a calendar. Everybody says that ye us time hua tha, tab mera ye hua tha. Is there a Sachin moment distinct in your life that you remember 24 years that
there is no toss up there. It's World Cup finals. There is no toss up there. I don't think there is a greater cricketing moment for me in my life. Without any doubt, that sits right at the top. Just 2-3 days ago, I was traveling with my daughter. She came to watch the IPL match. And I asked her this question, do you remember how that evening, it was 2nd of April, she said that, the whole of Mumbai and India, she could speak about Mumbai, it was just incredible feeling. And then it took us hours to get back to the hotel, from Wankhede Stadium to Taj Hotel. It took us hours. The whole country went berserk. And that is one moment I wanted to live for. And that was one moment which changed my life in 1983 when I saw Kapil Dev holding that beautiful trophy. That was the moment. And then I was chasing my dream, trying to get to that moment. And when eventually happened, I don't think anything gets better than that in life.
But Ravi, when you first went to him with the idea, were you scared?
I still get scared sometimes. First year.
Look at his size.
That's why I said Joel Garner bowling to Sachin.
First couple of years, it's like you're breathing the same air, so you're digesting the fact that you're breathing the same air as him. Still feel that, but I think it's settling slowly.
But Sachin, was he a decent cricketer? Have you played against him?
No, he bowled, I saw. The other day, we've practiced few sessions together, and my son also keeps telling me that he's got good bounce. I said, he better have, because
6 feet
look
9
at his
inches.
height. Yeah.
Natural bounce. My last question to you, Sachin. I've known you for some time, and you've always come across as somebody who's a private person. And when you put your life on celluloid and you put it out there, it's a little bit of a conflict sometimes that, how much should I share? This is not me. How did you deal with that?
Yeah, I'm a private person. But over a period of time, I've also figured out there are certain things which people want to see, that people want to know. And I've made all possible efforts to try and live up to their expectations. And what I also feel comfortable with. So we got to find that in-between balance where, they also get enough and I am also comfortable. And that is what we've tried to create here. Giving them the information. Like, somebody was asking me a few days ago कि पहली मूवी देखी कौन सी, याद है कुछ? और मेरे को एक इंसिडेंस याद है कि at home my family was discussing. I was only 3 or 4, and my family was constantly talking about this movie called Ma, which was I think Dharmendra's movie, and वो discussion बहुत ही चलता रहा. And then finally वो दिन आ गया कि हम मूवी देखने जा रहे हैं. तो सारी फैमिली बस से हम जा रहे थे. कंडक्टर टिकट लेने के लिए आया, तो कंडक्टर ने नेचुरली पूछा कि क्या चाहिए, कौन सा टिकट चाहिए. तो आई सेड माँ पिक्चर का टिकट चाहिए. आई डिडंट टेल हिम कि बैंड्रा जाना है या सेंटा क्रूज जाना है, वॉट एवर. आई वॉज ओनली 3-4. सो those kind of things stay with you, and that's something which we have also tried to include in our movie. Those moments, there are certain moments in the movie which will stay with you. I'm hoping that they stay with you. And it's about, even while making this movie, there were so many moments that we were able to relive. And through those moments, I feel, I'd be able to get closer to my fans and understand them more. As I said that, on social media platform, also various platforms, I've tried my best to get closer to my fans, and we'll continue to do so, and making each other comfortable. And it's all about that.
तुझं नाव सचिन देव बर्मन वरनं पडलं. सिनेमा साहित्य सहवासमध्ये सगळी पोरं पाहतात मला माहिती आहे. काही असे डिस्टिंक्ट सिनेमा एकत्र पाहिला आणि ज्याच्याहून तू इन्स्पायर झाला असं आहे?
बरेचसे सिनेमाज असे बघितलेले आहेत, पण अशी ही मित्र अजूनही बघतो. ज्याला वेळ मिळतो त्याला आम्ही बघतो. थरथराट, अशी बनवा बनविणे, हे सगळे मूवीज आय थिंक दे आर टाईमलेस. म्हणजे तुम्ही केव्हाही कुठच्याही मोमेंटपासून मूवी बघायला लागा, तुमच्याकडे 10 मिनटं असतील किंवा 25 मिनटं असतील किंवा लिटरली 5 मिनटं असतील, यू स्टील हॅव अ स्माईल ऑन युअर फेस. आणि तशा मूवीज ऑलवेज तुमच्या हृदयात राहतात. त्या मोमेंट्स कधी तुम्ही आयुष्यातनं विसरू नाही शकत. सिम्पल, लहानपण माझं स्पेशल आहे, कारण माझ्याकडे एवढे चांगले मित्र होते आणि अजूनही आहेत. आम्ही अजूनही भेटतो. 30 वर्षानंतरही काय करत होतो, 12-13 वर्षाचे असताना, त्या सगळ्या गोष्टी अजूनही डिस्कस करतो. त्यामुळे चांगले मूवीज तुमच्याबरोबर थ्रू आउट राहतात.
Thank you very much. Thanks a lot, Sachin. Thank you, Ravi. Thank you, James. Thank you, Mr. Batsi. Thank you, Anil. Now we'll have a photo opportunity. You want to call the cast and crew? Invite Shikha Singhi from Times Music to please come on stage. Yeah, and we can have the photograph. Okay, gentlemen, I'd like to request you to please sit down. We are going to show the trailer to you now.